just a heads up, this thing's way better than the GPO1. How's it going, y'all? THICC Gunpla here, and today we're going over this, the high-grade GPO2 from probably one of my favorite Universal Century OVAs, 0083 Stardust Memory. This thing is a lot better than its counterpart here. If you had to come down to it to choose between the two, I'd say go with this bad boy. But, you know, I have the rest of the review to explain why. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit me with a subscribe. I'm really working hard on getting these reviews up to par just for y'all. I'm working on, you know, logos and whatnot. So it really helps out. Come hit me up, twitch.tv/THICC Gunpla. Okay, so to get started, let's just go over a few things I really like about this kit. First things first, I like a little bit of challenge when I build kits. So the seam lines I kind of see as a plus for me. They're pretty bad on the shoulders. That just means they go straight down the middle, but it's a big broad area and easy to fix. So getting this thing anime accurate is not going to be that big a deal if you're willing to take the next step in your model building. If you've never deleted a seam line before, it's a great feeling. I highly recommend it. This thing's really easy to paint. The only thing I really did was I brushed this blue, hand detailed the head and the legs. Other than that, these binders, those are the yellow stickers that come with the kit. The eyes is the sticker that comes with the kit. And let's see, these little yellow vents in here are the stickers that came with the kit because they seated really well into the holes that they're in, and you can't really, you know, you're not going to be able to tell that at first glance. Maybe the second one, but not the first. Let's see. The nub marks are not that bad. They're pretty easy to get rid of. This kind of beige but not white but not putty color of the GPO2 really makes it easy to get rid of nub marks. Not to mention, just in general, nub marks are not that bad on the like the brown or like the gray for the backpack. Not that bad there either, and it's not that bad for this. The other reason I like this thing, it fires a fucking nuke. This thing it's a bazooka that shoots a nuke that's on scale with a however many meter tall death machine that this is, that just wreaks havoc in the TV series. Let's see, another thing, the big old shield. That's another plus for me. The nuke, like the the bazooka or missile launcher or nuke missile bazooka launcher thing fits in its shield for storage, which is really cool. The other half of it kind of sits on its back with an adapter. A couple things I don't like about it is, well, it is old. It's a pretty old kit. Let's see here. Yeah, 2006. That's considered pretty old for a Bandai kit, but at the same time, this has held up. I don't know if the rest of them are like this. If you have one of these and you built it in 2006, how's it holding up? Because I guarantee you, it's probably not that bad. Especially if you have a master grade next to it of the same thing. You'll look at the master grade and kind of get sad. I do plan on building another master grade GPO2 in the future. I don't know if I'm going to, you know, give it a cool color scheme or anything like that. But I do plan on it just to have kind of like a marker of my progression of building Gunpla. There's a few kits, kind of like the GPO1 and the GPO2 and the GPO3 and a few others that I would consider ones that I've already built and I want to show progress. So next time I build them, I'm going to go all out and display them kind of close to each other. Let's see, the included stand with this thing is absolute duty. poo-poo caca, because it's wobbly. It's meant to recreate the scene where they fight in space and they kind of both get thrashed. Now kiss. It also shares another problem with its master grade counterpart, and that's the arms. They kind of have, like, at the shoulders, this ball with a peg, and you can sneeze on it and the arm comes off. But it's a lot worse on the master grade because it's so much heavier than this, you know, obviously smaller kit. Its movement, it leaves some to be desired, but at the same time, I don't expect much from a kit from 2006. Especially since this thing doesn't even really have a 90 degree. Oh god! At its, a 90 degree at its elbow. That was totally my fault. That wasn't the kit being shoddy or anything. I just have butterfingers. There we go. But yeah, a lot of things to like about this kit. Not that many things to dislike, especially if you are a person like me who, once again, I'll say this all the time, appreciates building older kits. But yeah, I love this thing. Alright, so for the articulation of this thing, the movement, how it, you know, how you can bend it. It's not the best, as I said before. It has giant bell bottoms. You have maybe a little bit, if not, I'd say a little bit more than 90 degrees at the knee. The thighs, they don't have any, you know, type of swivel we're used to on modern kits, or can't do anything crazy. The arms, like 90 degree bend, nothing crazy, but you honestly don't need it with how you're posing this kit anyway. It'd be kind of overkill to have it have like super duper articulation, because it's a big clunky kit, or a big clunky mech in the anime, let alone any semblance of real life that is these model kits. But other than that, it can hold the shield. Like I said, it's my favorite and the biggest point to me is the fact that it can hold its shield. The thrusters on the shoulders, they actually move together. They articulate as one and move up and down with each other. The one on the back is just on a swivel. And yeah, no, they're really cool. I haven't really seen many kits with anything like this, especially on the shoulders. This is just 0083 has a record for having cool shoulders. Big thrusters, little bitty thrusters on the shoulders. That's just kind of how it goes. And another thing that I don't particularly like is how it holds the bazooka. It does have a mounting bracket for the back of its arm right here, which isn't bad. I don't mind it, but it kind of tilts the head sometimes whenever you're trying to pose it. So, you know, when I was photographing it, I did have a little bit of issues with that. Alright, so to kind of sum everything up, this is another great kit that you have to put the love into. I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. You gotta want to work to make this look as good as it can, because I think out of the box it is a little disappointing for a high grade, especially by today's standards. I understand this came out in 2006, but on the same token, I understand that it came out in 2006 and what I'm getting into when I buy these older kits, and you know, I enjoy putting that extra little bit of effort into it. It's a good option for if you don't feel like shelling out the money for master grades, because honestly they look just as good as the master grades do, the GPO1 FB and the GPO2. They don't pose as good, but they're a lot more sturdy. The master grade GPO1 FB falls apart. It's a hand grenade, but the GPO2 master grade, honestly, it's a brick. Let me get a little size comparison for you. All right, so this is the master grade GPO2. It's a lot bigger than the high grade. They both look really, really good. Like I said, I do want to rework this kit. Oh, it's dusty. I'll show some love to this in a little bit. Not to mention that this can pretty much fit inside of the shield for the master grade one. That's about it as far as this goes. How would I rate this thing? Let's give it a rating. I gotta go with 3 C's because it's by no means perfect as far as its construction and articulation, but it's a thick boy, and it's got some things that I haven't seen since as far as Gundam goes, and it's got some just a charm and menace about it that I just can't not love. Not to mention Gato's kind of a, like, for being a bad person, watching any Gundam fling a nuke is pretty fucking cool. Alright, y'all, that about wraps it up for this bad boy. I'm gonna get them posed, and I'm gonna get them on my shelf right next to each other. I might throw them on my PC, on top of my PC for a couple of days, just so I can look at them and play with them, because they're fun to play with. They'll hold up to that, by the way. Alright, anyway, this is THICC Gunpla. I'm signing out. You have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe if you've made it this far, and also catch THICC Gunpla on Twitch. Twitch.tv/THICC Gunpla. I also just made a Facebook page for THICC Gunpla 2. Feel free to check that out. Other than that, this is me, your boy, signing out, and have a good night.